So it's about 11:45 a.m. on Monday morning. I got a good amount of sleep. I slept really well. I haven't slept that late, this late in a while, and I had a. I didn't have a big weekend. I had a big Saturday. I had a big Saturday night. Went to my first rave in Sydney since moving to Sydney. Big rave culture over here, and I ended up going to an event called Knockout, which was amazing. Probably one of the best nights of my life, and I really enjoyed myself. And then sleep. I slept pretty late Saturday night, and then Sunday night didn't get much sleep, so I caught up in all my sleep last night, and it felt really good, and I feel really good this morning. And it's a public holiday, which is amazing. So I'm quickly going to make breakfast now. I'm going to make breakfast, and my house is pretty messy. I need to clear my room up, um, just sort out a few things, go train, and yeah, I'm gonna make breakfast, and I'm gonna show you guys what I eat today, everything that I eat. I guess when you move out, living by yourself, it feels nice to stay home and have time to yourself to just get work done, get housework done, get editing work done, just being an adult. But I'm gonna show you guys everything that I do as I do it. And so this is the living room, and it's been like about a month and a half since I've moved in, and I still don't have a sofa, which is sad. I need to get a sofa. I've just been procrastinating. I don't. I don't know. I got an outdoor sofa, robot vacuum cleaner, the best investment that I've made. And yeah, a mirror there, proposing. I might add some LED lighting, some white LED lighting around here to make it look nicer. And of course, the king. I need to frame him as well somewhere. Right there. Which piano? So for breakfast, I'm gonna have my usual smoothie. I'm gonna make a smoothie, and not really smoothie. I feel like having something a bit more solidy today, so I might add a little bit of water, just a little bit. I don't want it to be smoothie. I want it to be something that I can eat. And then as soon as that goes in, I'm gonna wait for about an hour and a half, get some work done around the house, and then we're gonna go and train. And I'm not sure what I want to train today. I think I've trained pretty much everything this week, but of course I love training, and I should be taking days off, but sometimes I want to train, especially on a day off. On days off I like going to gyms that I don't usually go to, because I'm at Anytime Fitness right now, and it's a franchise gym. There are good ones, there are bad ones, and every day during the week, during the work week, I train at the one that's right opposite my house in Fairfield. But I can get sick of it, and just to mix things up, I want to go train at Anytime Fitnesses that are, far away, just so I can get a different vibe. And it is motivating. It does motivate me, especially when it's a different vibe, different energy. I love doing that on weekends, and so that's what I'm going to do today. So this is my first meal. I'm going to have this, and then go train about an hour and a half. I decided to train a little bit of shoulders today. I'm gonna work on my shoulders and my rear delts. I feel like are a weakness for me, so I'm gonna hit that. Just try to get a pump and just try to enjoy myself as much as I can. And I came to a gym in Tuangabi, which was about a half an hour drive from mine. And I genuinely enjoy this. I love coming to different kinds of gym. I can't train at the same gym every single day, which is why I like franchise gyms, because it gives you so much option to train at different gyms. Um, but yeah, I took my pre-workout. I feel like I'm buzzing right now, so I'm gonna go train. I've been feeling really cold the past few days, and I don't know why. And I honestly think that it's because I shaved my legs. Like I shaved my legs. It was getting too hairy, so I just went out and I shaved my legs. And ever since I shaved my legs, I've been feeling a lot more cold. And I think it's because of that. Um, and it just sucks because I had hairy legs, and I didn't realize how warm it kept my whole body until now. Now that I don't have hair, and I feel so cold always. And I always like wearing shorts because my legs never got cold. And I thought that it was just because, I don't know, genetics. My legs never got cold. But it turns out it was probably because of my hairy legs. So that's one thing. Wearing shorts is gonna make me cold, but I like wearing shorts. So I'm gonna keep wearing shorts. Just suffer through the pain. I haven't had the best week in terms of dieting, but I'm trying to make up for it by balancing it out. Reducing my calories a bit over this weekend while I can. Using fasting to my advantage, and then from tomorrow get back onto calories, stay consistent, and hopefully it all balances out throughout the week. So I might have one or two big meals after this. I'm purely going to focus on hitting my protein. That's all I'm going to, that's where my focus will be, hitting my protein. And yeah, hopefully be in a pretty big deficit because, yeah, the past week hasn't been the best in terms of dieting, staying on track. But we're going to make up for it. We're going to get back straight into the grind from tomorrow. So I just got back from the gym and it's been a while, and I've decided that I'm going to just eat one more meal. That's all that I'm going to have. That's all I'm going to try to fit in my day is just one more meal. And that's all I feel like eating. And it's good because the smoothie I had in the morning really sort of filled me up. It was a really heavy smoothie. And now the meal I'm going to have, it's going to be high in protein and it's going to fill me up as well. And I honestly don't feel as hungry. So I'm just going to have one more meal. So in total, I've had 2 meals today. 2 meals. I'm still going to hit my minimum protein requirement. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to have for my second meal. So I have this multi-grain pasta, multi-grain protein pasta, just 37 grams of protein per serve, which is insane. And 2 serves in a box. So I just have that cooking right here. And then I have this meat plant-based strips, 26 grams of protein per serve. And there's 2.5 servings in a package, so it'll be like 1.25 serves. This is the lowest calorie sauce that I've found. I've used this before. It's like canned tomatoes, but it comes with the paste. So it's pretty much like pasta sauce. So I'm just gonna chuck this in, and yeah, that meal should hopefully help us hit. Actually, no, I actually have it. I have the macros for this meal right here. So this meal right here, actually, I'm just going to go through the macros for the whole day. So everything that I've had today comes down to 1,368 calories and 134 grams of protein, 139 grams of carbs, and 21 grams of fat. And I'm going to emphasize this again and again by saying that I don't do this every day. I don't recommend you guys doing this. The only reason I'm doing this is to balance out the bad food that I've had in the past few days. And I feel so full, I feel so bloated, and I want to reduce my calories for, these today and maybe tomorrow, just to sort of balance it out because I've had too much food. And like I've said, it's not about calories at the end of the day. It's about calories over time. So look at it as a weekly thing, not as a day-to-day thing. Normally, what I would do is I would just fast. Just to sort of, if I've had way too much food, I'd probably fast the next day. But I wanted to get my training in, and I had some food. So I'm going to show you guys how this looks like. Honestly, all I'm going to do with this meal is, once the pasta's cooked, I'm going to cook the plant-based strips. So this is made with wheat gluten, so it's very much Satan. Wheat gluten, soy protein, soy fiber, yeah, a lot of protein, low in calories as well, which is really good. There's 7.6 grams of fat and 2.7 grams of carbs. So it's just a little bit of fat and lots of protein. So that's gonna be my meal, my post-workout meal and my final meal. And once the pasta's cooked, I'm just gonna mix this. I'm gonna first cook the mince. I'm gonna cook this, and I am going to cook this. And actually, in this meal, I'm gonna add in some frozen vegetables as well, just to sort of hit my fiber, help it digest a little bit. I'm gonna add in some green mixed vegetables that I have here. So green mixed vegetables. I just want to emphasize once again that this isn't ideal. Ideally, you want to be consistent every single day. You want to be eating the same calories every single day, but life happens and that isn't always the case. This is what I do to sort of counteract with that. If I have high calorie days, if I have a few days where I go a little bit high on calories, I am going to have a few days of low calories. And that seems to work for me. That I try to limit that as much as I can, but this is a tool. It's a tool that you can use, but be very careful with this tool. You don't want to be using this every single day. You don't want to be starving yourself. You don't want to be making this a habit. You're going to have days where you go a little bit over. Let's say one day you have a few cheat meals and you go over. Just go a little bit under, and the next day, make sure you get your protein in and get back straight on track the next day. This is the tool that you can use, but you don't want to make it a habit. You have to be very careful, make sure you're getting your protein in. That's why when I made my meal, I made sure that I chose something that was high in protein, like seitan, wheat gluten, high in protein. Even the pastas that I used, high in protein. But this is how I deal with having those days where I just have a little bit more calories. And even though I had 2 meals today, I feel super full, and pretty much the rest of the day, the rest of the night, I'll be fasting. So think of this as I'm just having 2 meals a day. One before working out, one straight after working out, and that's it. And how often do I do this? I try not to make it a habit, but I'd probably do this once every few months, once a month. It depends on whenever I have a day where I go a little bit over my calories, but I try not to make it a habit, and you shouldn't either. But if you do go over your calories, this is something that you can use to sort of get back straight on track. Just make sure you're focusing on protein. Okay, protein is most important. And another thing you want to make sure you're doing is drinking a lot of water. Make sure you're drinking at least a gallon of water, which is around 4 liters of water, a day. And especially after a day where you've had a bit too many calories, too much food, you sort of want to drink water to flush everything out your system. More water actually flushes water out of your system. So make sure you're drinking lots of water. But apart from that, these are the 2 meals that I ate today. I don't do this every single day. I know the title is going to be clickbait, make it seem like I eat 2 meals a day every single day, but I don't. And it seems to work for me. I don't see any negative effects in my strength, in my body, my physique, anything. Because think of it this way, it's all about energy in, energy out. And in a week's time, over a week, it's all about how many calories you've consumed. And you just want to make sure, you have to be very careful you're not under-eating. Make sure you're not under-eating. Which is why even on days where you go a little bit over your calories, make sure you're tracking your food. Track your food as much as you can. Have an idea of how many calories you're going over, because I know for sure that once you go over your calories, you're just like, screw this, I'm just gonna eat a bit more food. And it's not fine, but if you do that, just make sure you track it. Track your calories just so you have an idea of how much calories you've actually gone over, so you can sort of balance it out the next day. But this is what I do. These aren't the foods that I eat normally. These are super high protein foods, but at the same time, they don't necessarily go. I would much rather prefer whole foods, plant-based. So more beans, more kidney beans, lentils, foods like that that actually fill me up. But on days like this where I feel full already from the day before, these foods just they ensure that I'm getting in my protein. And that's all that I care about at this point for today. I hope this helps, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.